The key to success in digital marketing is differentiating your business. But how do you do that when every company really looks the same online and everyone in your industry says the same things? Today we're going to look at an example of nurseries in Dubai. This is an area we've done a lot of work from. We have represented the biggest companies in that industry and used the science to generate results which are unheard of, dropping the cost of acquisition sometimes as much as 80%. So we're going to look at two examples today. One is a company doing it wrong and another is doing it right. And I'm going to take you through how to use website design correctly, what impact that has on advertising, and then I'm going to take you through the advertising and communication strategy of where you differentiate. This is a really big thing. It's not talked about by agencies because most agencies, they don't want to think. They want to get in and make that money today selling the same terrible solution over and over. But marketing strategy, real marketing strategy, comes down to human behavior and how you can influence. And that's exactly what we're going to look at today. Now, in our first example, this is the poor website. I want you to think about how this makes you feel straight away in the first 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. How did you feel? Did that draw you in? Or did you feel, I'm not sure why I'm here? And let's go back and look at it a little bit slower. In the first 2.6 seconds, your eyes are working out what to focus on. And there's no headline here, there's some kids. But if you, by itself, it's okay. But if you were up against, what we have on average, 6 other tabs open, would this hold your attention? So let's look at a competitor and see which of these two would you close and which would you keep open. Here's the incumbent. This is probably the best frame they have, by the way. Never, ever, ever use sliders like this. This has been tested over and over again. Oops. Or this one. Now there should be, this in particular is a terrible slide. There should be a really, really, really clear winner here for you. But you probably can't explain why. So first of all, I said never use sliders because it has been shown moving images scare people away. This is not a little bit, this is a lot. Secondly, under this here, this is high-end imagery, very clear text that you can wrap your head around very quickly, proof points, although not the best ones, and very clear next steps, as well as one floating down the page here. Now we know, statistically, this is not a question because we've measured it, which of these performs much, much higher than the other. And in fact, we've measured it with what was previously done and then this style. So the results are chalk and cheese, not just with how people feel and whether they read it, but most importantly, whether they're then encouraged to take the next step. Now, the next thing which is critical, and this is only a hygiene factor, not a differentiation factor, is the layout and the content that they have. There are 9 key pieces of information that the customer absolutely must have before they're willing to take a tour or organize a chat with a salesperson. If you don't have these present on the homepage, you aren't going to get that booking. Again, this is very clear science. So let's go back. Let's look at what content there is. We know that in 10 seconds people will scroll down here. Basically no content there. Okay, yeah, it's nice that they've got transport, that's cool. A nothing testimonial. This looks like, this is just terrible. No one would ever trust that. And then I have no idea what's being told to me here. In contrast, let's have a look at this one. Great, there's a science behind what they do, there's a lot of content. The differentiator between other nurseries and this nursery, got it. There's context behind why you would fill this in and book a private tour. Oh, that's good, not a group one. Very high-end imagery galleries. This is how you do a testimonial. This is fantastic. These are people that you can relate to. And it goes on and on and on. This tells you, oh, my child fits into these groups and they've got a very specific program for them. Compared to this, it is chalk and cheese. So why is this important? So far we're only covering hygiene factors, but if you look at how nurseries in Dubai advertise, what you're going to find is that they are all the same. They all are on Google AdWords, Google Ads as it's now known, and when someone searches nursery near me, they all say, oh, we're the best, take a tour with us. Now that works if you're the only person doing it. But you've tried to walk through a doorway with 10 other people or fit 20 people into an elevator, you can't do it. And all of the nurseries are doing it the same way. Again, why? Because advertising agencies are lazy and they have given the same advice to everyone instead of thinking about the human mechanics of it. So how do you get around that? How do you differentiate your brand to stand out? Well, the answer is value-led. And value-led is a concept which doesn't get talked about very much anymore, but that's because people are lazy. Now, how a parent makes a decision, and this exists in any high decision industry, B2B, anywhere you like. No one makes a snap call. This is your child's future. And you're just going to look at the very first thing in the phone directory and go, yeah, take my child. That is not happening. No one has ever done that. I'm sure someone, but not our client, not our target client. Instead, in fact, the research usually happens when you're in your home country. Dubai, of course, is 80% expats, so people start searching when they're still in England or Australia or France. And usually the inquiries, at least half the inquiries, aren't even for this semester. They're for the following semester. Why? Well, we all know, and we've done a lot of this around university courses and high schools and so on, is that that decision takes a long time. First of all, you want to get your options. Then your mind needs time to assess them. You don't know what your criteria is for searching, so by looking, you kind of get a few ideas. And over time, you get yourself to the point where you're like, right, I'm ready to take tours and make a decision today. So the way you differentiate is by getting in front of people early in that buyer decision cycle with value-led. And value-led is any offer which can give value to the reader, to the audience. What would they want to know? If you were in their shoes right now, how about a guide of how to choose the right nursery for you? How about tools that new mothers and fathers can use at home to give your child an advantage when they get into a nursery and how to get into the best schools? Which we know from testing and also from academic research, parents want their child in nursery to have an advantage to get into the best schools. For a country like Dubai, or a city rather, like Dubai, where we've got lots of expats, what could be their fears? Well, one of them is their child's getting an education there, but they're going to leave in a few years and go back to France or Ecuador or wherever. Will they be able to transfer the learnings of that education into getting into the best schools in their home market? How about something about that? What expats need to know? It can be a webinar. It can be a document. It can be a podcast. It can be a book time with one of our specialists so we can tell you the stuff you don't know. It literally can be anything. But the point is, we want to get in front of everyone. So if everyone else is saying, hey, come to us, we're the best, and you are advertising saying, hey, here's something for free that's really valuable, which one of those two would you go to? Particularly if you're not ready to make a decision today. And once you have got their contact details, now we know this decision process is going to take time, we can form a relationship. This is where marketing automation actually comes to the fore. If people are going to take 12, 16, 30 weeks to make a decision, great. What can we be giving them every week or every couple of weeks that's really valuable, that's keeping our brand on top of their mind? Can we be remarketing to them? What else can we be offering? Could we have a series of webinars that they sign up to? There's a million things. One of my favourite stories is about a local bike store. Now, this is going to sound strange to you, but they sell bicycles. Now, there are 1,000 other bicycle stores. They probably have better prices. Why does this one, that's right next to my house in Australia, why is it so successful? Well, they created community. On a Tuesday night, there's women who bike. On Wednesday night, there's Bike the Suburbs groups. Basically, they went value-led. They offered things that the community could get involved in, and they formed relationships with these people. And when that happens, guess who those people buy all their biking equipment from and service their bikes with? It seems obvious, right? And yet, the higher up the cost chain we go, and nurseries are not cheap, and they are highly emotive decisions, for some reason, this relationship marketing drops away. So if you want to differentiate your business, be it a nursery, a school, B2B, anything with a high involvement decision, the way that you do it is a mixture of hygiene factors, i.e. professionalism, and following the guiding steps, the science of human behaviour, and leading with value. This is the trick. If you'd like to know more about it, or you'd like us to audit your business and see where you're at and what the next steps are, come to JMarketing.agency, inquire on our website, or email me directly, josh@jmarketing.agency. I really look forward to chatting to you soon. Have a great day.